wait, I watched so many films on the plane.
Okay.
You know what's weird? I've kind of weaned off watching things on my phone on the planes. I don't know why.
You watch things on your phone?
Well, I
You
used to watch things on my phone.
Oh,
Yeah, I did as well. I mean, I did.
And now I kind of just opt for...
Yeah, when I saw you bring the iPad on, I was like, shit,
Bro,
I should have done
God's
that.
iPad setup is like some kind of like scaffolding system.
Yeah, dude, he had like a full like monitor setup.
He brings a genuine scaffolding onto the plane to hoist his iPad in front of him.
Bro,
it's crazy.
Bro, this is living in 2035, brother.
God puts on the high-vis vest and the hard hat when he starts setting up the iPad system. It's crazy.
Look, I want to watch what I want to watch when I'm on a plane, you know. Or my iPad literally has like all of the manga and anime and films that I might want to watch when I'm traveling. So I have like this travel bag with all like everything with like the setup, you know. Whatever I can like hang my iPad up. I can just you know just prop it up if I want. It is perfect. I never need to use the in-flight entertainment system at all.
I mean, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I just like watching shit that I would never normally watch. And I think that's what I like about the in-flight movies is that I get around to watching movies that maybe I'm like, oh, I kind of was interested in that. Or shit that I would just never fucking watch ever.
Okay, well, then let's kick it off. I want to know, personally, because this is the only one I saw you, like, second monitor watching, the Garfield movie. What the fuck was that about?
What a fucking weird movie.
I couldn't hear it. I just saw it every now and then. I'm like, what is this movie?
It was kind of shit.
Is that
It
one with
looks
Chris
shit.
Pratt?
Yeah, Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
And Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel Jackson's
who plays
in it?
his father.
What?
Yeah, I don't know
my
why he's not
God.
on any of the posters, but he plays like a prominent character in it.
Huh.
It's
Snoop Dogg's in it?
Yeah, Snoop Dogg's in it too. Like barely. He's actually not in it that much.
Ving Rhames? What is this like?
Yeah,
what
it
is
was
this
just kind of a star-studded cast.
Yeah, what is this cast, dude?
I thought it was like I put here 6 out of 10.
Wow, that's higher than the IMDb rating.
Yeah, well, that's 5.7 rounding up.
Okay.
It's like
Rotten Tomatoes 37.
it's like fine. It was better than I guess I gave it 6 out of 10 because it was better than I thought it was going to be.
Right.
Which is not saying much because I thought it was going to be really shit.
I mean, it looks really shit.
I could easily move on, and I wouldn't have watched this, but I was literally running out of movies to watch. I'd kind of watched every movie that looked good,
Right.
and so I was now struggling, and I was like, okay, I'll just watch the fucking animated movies now.
Right,
Because I'd
right.
already watched Transformer 1 on another flight, and that was also meh, but kind of fun.
I thought that was good.
What do you want from me, Don?
All right, what was the best movie you
Okay.
watched?
It was the first one I watched. I watched a movie called Conclave.
Okay.
That was
Conclave?
fun. That was Ralph Fiennes. It was about the current pope had died, and they were trying to figure out who the new pope was going to be. And it was very political, very fun. I just love Ralph Fiennes. Generally, anything he's in, I've enjoyed.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I gave it like 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I
Wow,
thought it
really
was-
good scores, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great movie. I watched Juror Number 2, which I did not enjoy. It was a Clint Eastwood film, and it's about a juror who they were trying to decide if they obviously should acquit or charge the guy with the crime.
Is this a sequel to Juror Number 1? Or?
No. But it turns out
Oh, I see. Okay.
the entire movie, he was the one who had committed the crime, the juror number 2, which you know this at the start of the movie.
Yeah.
I didn't fucking like it, but I guess people liked it a lot.
Yeah, another
I
good.
gave it like 5 out of 10. I thought it was kind of lame. I didn't.
You rated the Garfield movie above this?
Yeah, I honestly really didn't fuck with this one.
Damn.
Honestly, yeah, the Garfield being higher than this is unjust, but that was just it was higher than my expectations.
Yeah, right,
Right.
I did not really like Juror Number 2, I'll be real with you. I thought it was kind of weird.
Okay.
Not weird. I thought a lot of the acting I didn't fuck with in this. I watched a movie called Lee. Yeah, which I gave 7.5 out of 10. It was about a World War II photographer for
Lee.
yeah, just LEE movie. This one.
Lee.
Yeah, I gave like 7.5. I was like, all right, it's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
She like is a photographer in World War II. It was kind of fun. It was the only weird part of this movie was Andy Samberg was playing like a very serious role, and it was very weird to see Andy Samberg play a serious role. Although I recognize he's a great actor. Yeah. I watched a movie called Goodrich. That was like whatever, 5 out of 10. There was fucking Michael Keaton.
Were all these
learning-
movies you watched just like mid? Or
Yeah, mostly me.
Yeah, I've realized sitting next to Connor, he would just put something on.
Yeah.
I can never do that.
yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I watched The Fall Guy. That was kind of fun. I give that
Oh.
it was like a 7 out of 10 movie. It was kind of fun. Ryan Gosling is good in it.
Yeah.
Oh, the one with Jacksepticeye in it.
Oh, he's in it.
Apparently, that's what I heard. He's like got a cameo in it, right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of cameos in this.
Yeah,
if
there's
I
like a
remember
bunch
correctly.
of like YouTubers who cameo in this.
Oh shit! No, wait. Are you thinking about another film? There's a different film that's Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, probably.
Oh,
This is different.
This is different.
What's Ryan Reynolds one called?
It's fuck, I forgot what it's called. It's a different movie. Different movie though.
oh, is it?
Okay.
I watched the
Ryan
Wild,
Gosling, Ryan Reynolds.
I watched
Same thing.
I watched The Wild Robot.
The Wild Robot.
I did not like it. I gave it a 5 out of 10.
That's the
Oh, okay, yes, I've
that's
seen.
the highly acclaimed.
Wow, people fucking like this. I thought this was fucking snooze fest.
The DreamWorks one.
It's crazy how my opinion is so different to almost everything
To
they say.
you, it was just another airplane movie. To them, it was a masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
I thought this was kind of boring. I don't know
What's
if
it
it's 'cause
about?
a robot that is in a
kinda wild.
world and then it wakes up 100 odd years later and finds a fox that it becomes a partner with, and then it raises like a bird, and then it's I just didn't like it.
See, this is exactly why Netflix have pivoted to second monitor.
Yeah.
To second monitor content.
I didn't.
Because people like him, right? It's just-
What do you mean? I thought it was mid.
Don't tell me you watched this. You were playing
it's-
Slay the Spire.
I was playing Slay the Spire and I'd look up. Whenever it was interesting, I would stop playing Slay the Spire. I did not stop playing
You
once.
didn't
You
watch
didn't
the
watch it.
movie.
If it was interesting, I would have stopped playing.
You had it playing. Yeah, it was noise playing in the
Look,
background.
I'm giving you a realistic review of how most people can experience these movies.
Oh my fucking god!
Oh my
Our
God.
species is ruined, dude.
I watched Trap by M. Night Shyamalan. I watched 2 M. Night Shyamalan films. He released 2 movies in 1 year. I watched both of them.
Any of them good?
No, this one was really fucking funny. This one was it was a movie where they basically put on a whole concert to try and find a serial killer, and it turns out the serial killer is the main guy we're following.
Oh, I did see the trailer for this. Yes,
This
looked really dumb.
I felt like it was aimed at a 25-year-old white girl who was into true crime. That's what it felt like. Like when I was watching this.
Isn't that most M. Night Shyamalan movies
Yeah, but
nowadays?
I felt like it wasn't aimed at me. Like
Yeah.
when watching this film, I was like, I thought it was fun. And to be fair, the main actor was quite good, and I felt like he did a good job.
I think Sydney liked this one.
This is a Sydney. The whole time watching this film, I'm like, this is like fucking porn for Sydney. And okay, I credit where credit's due. The main guy, Josh Arnett, I thought he was really good in it.
Yeah.
Every other actor in this film was horrible.
Really?
Horrible. I really didn't like what any of the other actors in this movie.
Who else is in this movie? Kid Cudi's in this movie?
Oh yeah.
The fuck?
I gave it a 5 out of 10. I actually, you know what? I had a lot of fun watching it because Josh Arnett was really fun.
Yeah.
But every time another actor came on screen, you're reminded that like it's acting. You're like, yeah, no, this is shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
What
Was
the
there
other-
any film that you did enjoy?
Yeah, Conclave. Conclave was the only
Conclave.
film that I actually like 5 minutes in, I put down my Steam Deck and watched the full thing.
What was the other M. Night Shyamalan movie you watched?
The Watchers. This was the worst fucking film ever.
The Watchers?
Yeah, this film was so dog. I gave this like 2 out of 10. Yeah, this is awful.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
This was
33.
bad. This was really ass.
What the fuck is this?
Did they all have twists?
Yeah,
mean,
they all
yeah, it's
did.
an M. Night
Yeah,
Shyamalan
they
I
all
was,
had
I was
twists.
just checking
They all
if
had
if he still
Trap
does.
was way better than this. So
All right.
I like after watching this, then watching Trap, it felt like, oh yeah, he can direct a film, kind of.
Dakota Fanning? Oh.
Yeah, she was. I hated her in this.
God damn.
Yeah, no. Wait, what's Wolves? What the fuck is that? What are they? Oh yeah, what's Wolves? This is another film I watched with Brad Pitt and George Clooney. I feel like they just make films together just for lols. They're just like, yeah, fuck it.
Probably. They're at that point in their career where they're just
Yeah, I
like,
give this one 5 out of 10. I was like, yeah, it's fun. It was fine.
Action comedy film.
It's literally just Brad Pitt and George Clooney. Like they just instead of doing what the normal a white male thing to do is, like make a podcast, they just make these kind of films where they're like such whatever films that just get thrown onto Apple TV or some shit.
Right.
well, that's the white male Hollywood.
Yeah,
thing
this
to
is what they
now.
do. Yeah, this is what they do. This is the Adam Sandler strat.
this is their version of a podcast. If you have connections and a budget.
Yeah. So overall, a lot of mid films. I can't believe The Wild Robot is rated that highly. I thought that film was so boring. But then I guess I don't know. I felt like it. I don't know. Maybe I'm too pessimistic.
Yeah.
It's like night and day difference.
This is one where me and the critics can't agree. And
What's the user rating? Go to Rotten Tomatoes.
8.2.
No. That's IMDb. What's the Rotten Tomatoes?
97. I'm in the minority. I did not fuck with this movie.
You are the 2%.
And look, you can maybe say it's because I was watching. I'm playing Slay the Spire. Look, and that's fair. And like, if you don't want to take my review on this, I think it's totally fine. I don't get up in arms. People are like, how could he not like this? Like, I just didn't fuck with it, mainly because it didn't catch my attention. That's it.
We're cooked. How are we cooked? Netflix were right. Netflix were right.
Bro, I was watching films, and if anyone was good and caught my attention, I would put it down. And Conclave with Ralph Fiennes doing his fucking S-tier acting, I was locked in.
You were just half of Ralph Fiennes.
Bro, Ralph Fiennes is so good though. Have you watched a movie with Ralph Fiennes where he sucks?
Which is valid, first of all. But
tell me one movie where Ralph Fiennes sucks.
There is none. But I like Ralph Fiennes too, don't get me wrong. But like, I again, like we discussed this in a previous podcast, I don't know how you can second monitor movies. Or this whole concept of like, yeah, I'm just going to put a fucking random mid-movie on in the background. Like, I can't do that.
Well, sometimes you got to have a mid-movie to appreciate what you got.
If I want to watch a movie, I'm going to watch a movie that I want to watch.
Actually, if there's a airplane movies, I still watch the airplane movie.
Yeah. Do you second monitor them?
No.
Yeah, right?
It depends what I'm doing. Sometimes I second monitor, sometimes I don't. It really just depends what I'm trying to do.
Right.
I think for that flight specifically, I was trying to stay awake.
Yeah.
And there is no quicker way to fall asleep than watching a movie you are not into. So I had to have Slay the Spire.
This is why I watch on my iPad, because I know I'm going to be invested in the things that I'm watching, because I specifically want to watch them. Because my to-watch list is just unending, and I will never run out of things that I want to watch.
Movies, I really like watching mid-movies, so I can kind of get a range, like a feeling of like why a movie sucks, why a movie's good.
Yeah, I get that.
And that helps me kind of.
Except in this instance.
I'm not interested in having my opinions line up with critics or what other general public feels. So for me, I'm like, why didn't I connect with it? Why didn't I fuck with it? Why did it not capture my attention?
See, I've watched enough mid-movies and enough good movies to know the type of movie I fuck with. It's not always about whether something's critically acclaimed. Sometimes there's just the vibe, or sometimes you just.
But also sometimes there'll be a movie where I'm convinced I'm going to fuck with it. Like Killers of the Flower Moon, I was like, on paper, is everything I would fuck with. And I just didn't like it when I watched it. I was like, this is too long. That's my main criticism. It's too fucking long. I felt like he was taking the piss out of my attention. And it was just a shame. Like I felt like I was like, I guess
something about it was off. Right?
Yeah, but I think that's important not to only go and be like, I'm only going to watch things that I think I'll fuck with. Like I think sometimes it's helpful to
I'm not saying that.
watch stuff that you normally wouldn't watch to kind of gain like perspective, or even to try a genre that you don't normally watch.
I'm
not criticizing.
I totally agree with that.
I fucking watched this movie and it was like an artsy film that I would never fucking watch. But I was like, you know what? I'll watch it just so I can like give it a chance and see maybe if after a couple of years I fuck with it. I do not fuck with it.
What is it?
I can't remember. I showed you it on the fucking airplane. I can't remember what it was called. It's about this girl who goes camping with her dad and dad's friend. And it was just so many shots of nothing. And like where they like hold on something and just linger.
Yeah.
And it had like so many critical awards. And I was like, man, I just don't fuck with
the
it.
artsy fartsy.
Yeah, and I wasn't doing anything else. I was literally just watching it. And then there was a scene where like the uncle's like, hey, like what if I like, come in your tent with you to the daughter? And I was like, this feels like an artsy thing. The conflict finally arrives. I was just kind of like, I don't fuck with this.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I had that experience recently. I didn't watch it on the plane, but I rewatched this recently. I rewatched Lost in Translation.
I watched that too not too long ago.
How did you find it after living in Japan for a while?
I don't really fuck with the movie that much. I know Chris really likes it, and Chris always talks to me about how much he likes it, but I didn't really like it.
I hated this movie when I first watched it. I thought it was boring as fuck. Rewatched it about a week ago. Holy shit, I love this movie. I fuck with this movie so much now.
Really?
Yeah. And just, it's the vibe. I don't know. There's nothing else in the movie because there is basically just like minimal conflict in the movie.
Yeah.
But it's just the vibe of this movie. There's this there's this one scene. The one scene where I'm like, I think I fucking love this movie is when Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson are up at like it's after like their like night-long bender. Have you watched it before?
I have.
Okay, so it's the scene after they go out for karaoke and stuff like that, and they're just like laying in bed, just talking about life. Like, shit, does it get any better? And I'm just like, holy shit, this just brings me back to my favorite part of like every night, which is like when you truly bond with the boys. It's like 3 a.m. and you're just like talking like about like the stupidest. It's either the stupidest or the deepest shit you can ever imagine, and and that's when you can feel like that connection. And this movie just captured that perfectly. And I'm like, holy shit, this is it, man. This is the vibe.
I think I can't even count on both hands the amount of times I've had the exact same situation going out drinking with God.
Yeah. This is like gone coded.
Past like 2 a.m. It's like it always ends up like this.
I'm like, I fucking live for those moments, man.
I wish I vibed with it. I guess I watched it like a year living in Japan. So maybe if I watch it again like a year or two, maybe I'll see it differently.
Also, it's like insane to me, like looking at this now, how similar Japan looks, or how much it hasn't changed. It's still like some of the shots in this still look. When was it come out? 2003. So it's over 20 years old, and man, I can tell why people thought Japan was the city of the future, or like Tokyo was the city of the future, where in this kind of time period, because seeing Japan through this lens, early 2000s, it must have looked like fucking incredible.
Like a utopia.
Like it must have looked like a utopia. And now we're still getting TikToks being like, Japan is living in the future, and damn, it has not changed since 2003. Holy shit, it still looks the same. It still feels the same, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was like maybe a little too young to appreciate this movie.
I think I was definitely too young as well.
Yeah, maybe when I get older, I'll fuck with it and the message. Well, that happens sometimes, right? Just because I don't like a film now doesn't mean I won't fuck with it in future.
Yeah,
I think people get too up in arms about what you like and don't like.
Yeah, I love the kind of like I don't know what the message was, but just the feeling of like having a deep connection with someone without necessarily having like romantic feelings. It was just kind of like connecting with someone on just that deeper level. Because I remember watching this when I was younger, and I'm like, when are they gonna fuck? When are they gonna fuck? When are they gonna kiss? when are they gonna pull the trigger?
When is the good stuff happening?
When I thought this was a romance movie. But obviously, you know, the whole point of it, I think, was that it was like a deeper. They had like a deeper connection,
a human connection
that went beyond like the typical Hollywood romances that you see. Which, looking back, is a way better thing considering the age gap in this or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, I really, really fucking like this movie.
Yeah, I feel like I need to give this movie another watch.
I think you'd appreciate this
because I think I watched this maybe when I was like, I don't know, 12, 13 years old.
Oh yeah, no way,
absolutely no way.
And my only memories of the movie, like I don't even remember anything about the movie. The only memories I have about watching this movie is like just watching the scenes of like them going through the city and just being like, oh, that's Ueno. Oh, that's Shinjuku.
I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I've been there before.
I'm not gonna lie. The first time rewatching this, I'm like, oh,
I know that place.
Oh, that place. Yeah. It's the spot.
Yeah. I definitely wasn't old enough to appreciate this.
Yeah.
I'll definitely give this another go.